Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Puan Hajah Kamariah Nur Muhammad Desa, Chief Librarian UTM Library. Yang berbahagia Dr. Irina Safitrizan, Head Unit of Sustainability. Yang berbahagia Prof. Madia Dr. Abdullah Sani Haji Ahmad, Senior Lecturers, Faculty of Built Environment. Yang berbahagia Dr. Chung Wing Wai, Senior Lecturer, Faculty of Geoinformation and Real Estate. Senior officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to the first public lecture on campus sustainability. Alhamdulillah, we are truly fortunate to be able to meet again in our knowledge sharing program. This program, which is jointly organized by Perpustakaan Sultanah Sanaria and the Unit of Sustainability UTM, aspires to be a medium for intellectual discourse and as a platform for information sharing. Today, we are pleased to have with us Yang berbahagia Professor Madia Dr. Abdullah Sani Haji Ahmad, along with another panelist, Dr. Chung Wing Wai, to talk about campus sustainability issues. Professor Madia Dr. Abdullah will discuss on a topic entitled Towards Sustainable Living in Residential College, and Dr. Chung Wing Wai will discuss on a topic entitled Strategies to Foster Pro-Environmental Behavior Among Campus Community. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I would like to invite Yang berbahagia Dr. Irina Safitrizan to chair the forum and our panelists to take their places. Please give her a round of applause.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Very good afternoon. Thank you very much for your coming for the first public lecture series on campus sustainability. Yang dihormati Ketua Pustakawan Puan Haji Kamariah Nur Desa dan Puan Nur Asia, dan juga para tetamu jemputan dan juga pelajar-pelajar yang dihormati. Dan saya harapkan kita punya sesi ini akan memberikan satu inspirasi kepada, bukan hanya kepada tetamu jemputan, tetapi terutama juga kepada pelajar dan juga adik-adik, di mana topik kali ini berusaha untuk ke arah macam mana kita nak berubah atau menjadikan kampus ini lebih lestari, bukan hanya dari segi secara fizikal ya, tapi yang pentingnya adalah the society yang di dalam tu, macam mana society yang lestari yang sepatutnya dikehendaki dari nama UTM Campus Sustainability ya. So kadang-kadang kita membawa nama tu sendiri memberikan satu beban moral bukan saja kepada the top management, tetapi juga society di dalamnya. So untuk terlebih dahulu izinkan saya untuk memberikan sedikit sebanyak berkenaan dengan Campus Sustainability UTM yang sebenarnya sudah lama dilancarkan ya, pada 26 April 2011 oleh Yang berbahagia Datuk Sri Zainuddin Ujang ya, kita punya Vice Chancellor yang lepas, dan juga oleh menteri di Kementerian Sumber Asli. Dan pada masa itu juga dilancarkan the first carbon footprint untuk kampus di Malaysia. Dan selepas itu a series of campus sustainability initiative yang merupakan key kekunci utama untuk the moving forward on how we operate our campus. It's not only on the operational but also on how to engage the student and the researcher. So we have the Green Office and also the Arcade Lestari, yang mungkin student pun dah tahu Arcade Lestari yang dekat Meranti tu belum lagi mencapai tahap pelestarian yang memuaskan ya. So dalam konsep yang kita kenalkan dari segi pendekatan Living Lab, iaitu kita perkenalkan Campus Sustainability UTM ni sebagai makmal hidup ya. So kalau biasanya student ada selalu dekat makmal kan, so sekarang kita gunakan konsep campus itu sendiri sebagai kita punya makmal, dan kita adalah individu-individu yang kena mainkan peranan macam mana nak menggerakkan, nak menjadikan kampus ini bukan hanya sebagai tempat kita hidup ya, dan juga terutama sekali bagaimana kita menterjemahkan ilmu yang kita dah dapat daripada kelas pembelajaran tersebut dan diguna pakai dalam operasi dan juga aktiviti penyelidikan, dan juga melibatkan tenaga pengajar. So itu adalah kekunci utama yang kita gunakan dalam pendekatan Campus Sustainability di UTM. Dan tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, saya akan perkenalkan actually our two expert is from our UTM Sustainable Campus expert. So kita ada technical committee. Dr. Chong adalah pakar di dalam bidang perilaku, environmental behavior. Daripada beliau punya tesis utama semasa PhD berkenaan dengan sustainable energy ya. So sekarang menyangkut kepada overall behavior towards kepada campus sustainability, saya minta Dr. Chong memberikan sedikit sebanyak macam mana kaedah yang diperlukan untuk masyarakat atau kampus komuniti itu berubah. Dan yang Dr. Abdullah Sani pula adalah salah satu kami technical expert juga yang mewakili fakulti alam bina, dan terutama sekali untuk Green Managers College ya. Kita ada 10 Green Managers College selain Green Managers, 40 Green Managers di PTJ ya, dan juga ada 19 Green Managers di UTM KL. So we are moving forward, dan kita tidak akan bergerak ke mana-mana, tidak akan mencapai tahap kampus pelestarian selagi kita tidak berubah ya. So tanpa melengahkan masa, saya menjemput Dr. Chong Wei Wai untuk memberikan sampaikan di sini.
Well, good afternoon to everyone. Afternoon. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to the organizer for inviting me to deliver special topics regarding to this on how to foster pro-environmental behaviors among these campus communities. And this is the topic today: strategies to foster pro-environmental behaviors among campus community. If you see here, there's another subtitle here: survey, stimulate, strengthen, and also on sustain. So if you agree with me that UTM itself is a very beautiful campus, are you agree with me? All right. I'm not sure if you want to enjoy the beautiful scenarios in UTMs. Early mornings when the UTM is still shrouded in mist, try not to drive to UTM, try to walk in front of the guidehouse, stop by the car, slowly walk towards the UTM main doors. And along the ways you will find that there are 2 rows of green trees welcoming you. Then after that, perhaps you on the right hand side there is a Taman Rusa. And then if you are lucky in the early morning, you will find that this Rusa, the reindeer, perhaps the reindeer, they move very slowly in the park. And then walk further, you will find that there's a lake on your right hand side and then a nice river on your left hand side. And you will encounter the main gate of UTMs. A lot of visitors from overseas, they've expressed they're actually impressed with the beautiful scenarios in UTM. And you couldn't find this, I guarantee you, if you go overseas or even visit other campuses as well, you couldn't find these ones, such beautiful scenes in UTM. And even if you go to the hostel, if you see this picture, this is a spiral staircase. It's a spiral staircase. A lot of photographers, they purposely come to UTM to capture this particular spiral staircase because you couldn't find it in other places as well. Something unique about UTM, and it's a very beautiful campus. Safety issues, yeah. That's another topic. We need another topic lectures. Well, now the UTM actually is taking one step further, not only to make it a beautiful campus, we also would like to move towards a sustainable campus as well. And you have to know that the UTM is not alone. We are moving in parallel with other universities as well. A lot of universities have declared they would like to become sustainable campus, including NUS, Tsinghua, Howard, DTU, Melbourne, Yale, so like Hong Kong Poly, IMIT, Oxford, and they're in Malaysia, UM, and together with USM, and definitely UTM as well. We have the ambitions to make this campus become sustainable. And this is now its global agenda. Every campus would like to become sustainable as well. So, but however, if you would like to become a sustainable campus, we confront different types of the challenge. The first ones you can see here. The first one is regarding to technologies. You need some sophisticated technologies. Certainly, technology is not a single solution or ultimate solutions for everything, but you still need technologies. For example, you need some solar panels, you need some wind turbines. The second is about the green buildings. Whether our UTM is ready to adapt this green building index. We have GBI nowadays. Some buildings has been declared as green buildings. Sustainable campus in overseas, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, most of the buildings are certified as a green building. And this in the coming public lectures, there's one topic about green building as well. I hope the crowd can join the next public lecture as well. And the third is regarding to the facilities. Whether we have sustainable facilities or the facilities that encourage people to conduct sustainable activities. Bicycles available in the UTM, I believe so, bicycles. Some recycle bins, I think the unit Sustainability have done a fantastic job. They have allocated recycle bins to each faculty in each college as well. And finally, we come to the last part, is the campus community. Well, people are the root of all problems. If you agree with me again, people are the root of all problems. And then people also would contribute to the sustainable campus. If a campus without communities, we wouldn't call it as a campus. And then to make sure that our campus becomes sustainable, we need the participation from the campus community as well. So our topic today is regarding to this sustainable campus community. How do we form and how do we eventually foster environmental behaviors among this campus community? Before I start my the lecture itself, I would like to share a story with you. When I visit overseas, you will find that in some fast food restaurants, in McDonald's, in the Burger King, so when they finish their meals there, they will do the cleaning up by themselves. They all do the cleaning up by themselves, right? So they will clean the tables, they will put the dirty dishes into some. They have provided some bins for them to put it in, and then if not only in the fast food restaurant, but even in the for this canteen, yes, in the food centers and the food court as well, they have a kiosk. So once you finish your meal, you bring your dirty dishes to the kiosk, and they will help you to. They don't not like Malaysia. They have to go to each table to collect the dirty dishes. But I would like to ask, how many of you doing it in Malaysia? So, well, you're doing it in UTM. We have Akyat Lestari. How often after you finish your meals, you place the dirty dishes into the bins? Some of you, yes, but most of us don't do it. Including myself, sometimes, including myself. Because we don't have the culture here. But surprisingly, if you go to overseas, you will find that those who are doing it, a lot of them are coming from Asian as well. A lot of them are Asian people, right? They go to overseas, they change their behavior. They come back to Malaysia, they become Malaysians. They revert back to their old behavior again. So I have a friend who said when he came back from Australia 10 years ago, he's very polite. He's very polite. Always say good morning, so hello, how you doing? So, after 2 months, he been to Malaysia, so he start to curse rather than to say hello to everyone. So yes, we need a culture here. We need a culture. We're lacking of culture of sustainability in Malaysia and also in many of our campuses as well. So our topic today is intends to discuss about the strategies on how do we foster such a culture into UTMs. Definitely, the technique that I propose here is not it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but we propose this is one of the possible solutions. So in this presentation, I have a lot of pictures rather than wordings. I hope you can people said as a picture itself can worth more than 1,000 words. I hope this picture can explain to you. You see this picture here, so on the left hand side, on the left hand side, you can see that there's a very beautiful scene. And then if you not protect our environment and the pollution, it's a consequence of the pollution. Eventually, the right hand side will become the world itself, right? So what we want actually is we want to practice some sustainable lifestyle. We want to practice sustainable lifestyles in the campus. So another picture to go. So again, consequence of the pollution, consequence of not practicing sustainable lifestyle. So left is the heavens itself, and the right hand side you can see is the ocean has been polluted. So, and then another picture to go. So another picture to go. So whether we are heading to this unsustainable practice, we need the collaborations, because campus communities are not only from the staff itself, but also from the students as well. And students are one of the larger part of the campus communities. And then if you want to achieve a sustainable campus, we have a two approach so-called here. One is from the top down, another actually is from the bottom up. I think from the top downs have done a lot of things. I believe from the top down, we have a unit of sustainability, we have declared market-led studies, we have an energy management team in the UTM. They are doing excellent jobs. And then we also have energy policy as well. But from the bottom up, we're still lagging behind. I can say that we're still lagging behind bottom up. From the students, the intention, the initiative from the students itself is still not sufficient. We can do more. We can organize more activities. We can organize more campaign to foster this pro-environmental culture in the UTMs. And today the topic is about how can we, using certain strategies known as this 4S, to foster pro-environmental behavior, and how it can guide you, especially in college and in other society, association, if you would like to organize some effective campaign to raise environmental awareness, to improve environmental behaviors. Perhaps you can consider about such strategies. Right? So the major challenge here, as I put here, is to how to foster environmental behaviors amongst campus community through effective campaigns. We have to know that there's always a gap in between the awareness, attitudes, and the behaviors. As the social marketers, our role is to bridging the gap in between all of these elements. And we need a more universal solutions like the social marketing. A lot of people are asking what is about what's this so special about social marketing, and perhaps this term is new to you for some of you. But social marketing is that we try to using the marketing principles to promote awareness and also to improve behaviors. It has been applied in healthcare, but now we apply in the environmental practices as well. And one of the most simple way to explain what social marketers do is that through this movie. Have you watched this movie before, Inception? Have you watched the movie before, Inception?
No.
Yeah, some of you just haven't watched this movie. Yes. When you talk about movies, you know. What this Inception movie is about? It's about, well, there's a team, and their intent to actually plant ideas into your mind. They will plant ideas, plant a concept into your mind, and eventually making you to change your behavior. This is what social marketing do. So this is what I'm doing. So what we do actually is that we plant ideas, we plant concept into your mind, and eventually making you to change behavior. But the social marketing things the scope can be very broad. But today I'm going to focus on the 4S models. The 4S here refer to survey, stimulate, strengthen, and sustain. I want you to remember these 4 keywords. Right? After this lecture, you can forget about everything, but please remember these 4 words. Right? 4S: survey, stimulate, strengthen, and sustain. I'll be repeating this word from time to time. So the first one, we go to the survey first. A lot of it means that the campus and a lot of organizations, including UTM, we have launched different types of the campaigns, alright. But we fail to measure the effectiveness of the campaign. Not only happened in UTM, but recently I've been invited in one of the Jabatan Alam Sekitar workshops. Alright, they has invited us as the facilitator. They also confront the same problem as well. They have launched different types of campaign, they have 2 different types of awareness programs, behavior change program, but they cannot measure how effective of such campaigns. Whether such campaign eventually will make people to change behavior. So the first thing we do actually is before we launch any campaign is that we do a survey. We measure existing practice. This serves a few purposes. First of all, we can set a measurement target for ourselves, and then we can have certain data. And once after the campaign, we can do another survey again to compare whether such campaign is effective or not. Second purpose is that if you're having the survey in the early stage, we can understand the elements of change. I'm going to say the proper words. It's not elements of change, but elements that make people change, that might make people change. What are the elements that stimulates them to change? And then by then we can propose a better strategies to improve their behavior. So surveys are extremely important in the beginning. Before you launching any campaign, before you do anything, please make sure you have done a survey. Survey here means that perhaps it's an interview, perhaps a questionnaire survey, or even though it's a simple observation, it's still considered as a survey. So you have to keep all the data, you have to trace all the data throughout all the campaigns. Otherwise, you cannot claim that this campaign is effective or not. So before we launch any campaigns, we do surveys, right? So the first step beginning with surveys, right? And then we even encourage you to do it before, during, and after the implementations of the campaigns. Even in the middle of the campaigns, you can still do a survey or to review the campaign itself, how effective are the campaigns. One of the reasons is because people have a different they have different needs actually regarding the environmental practice. For example, someone who are looking someone here said that his mind is thinking of looking someone to join the carpool programs. Some of them thinking about clean environments, well, no more nuclear plants perhaps, looking for recycle bins, and so forth. Because in the social marketing itself, we need to do segmentations. Give an example here in UGM, so like the campus communities are forming by different, at least we have 2 categories, staff and the students. The strategies that apply to the staff might not be effective for the students. The strategies that are effective for the student might not have effective for the staff. Alright. So you have to do segmentations and then propose a different campaign, different strategy for each of the target groups. So it means that here you have to set your target group first. And by then you conduct survey among different groups. What will be measured in the surveys, right? You have knowledge, awareness, attitude, and so forth. Right? But the next thing I want to highlight is the stimulus. Right? The 4S. The first is the survey. Second, stimulate. Right? Stimulate actually is that something that actually is make people to change. Something that stimulates someone to change. If you ever reading this book, The Tipping Point. Have you read this book before? The Tipping Points. If you Inception, you watch it, right? The Tipping Point, you didn't read it. Well, so if you have time, so read these books. It explains about how little things can make some change, some difference, right, in our life, right? How some little people, some small people can make a big difference, right? And this stimulus is about this one, on how to be using certain elements to make people to change behavior. It depends a lot of different types of method. But today I'm going to highlight only one particular method, which is regarding to the graphic stimulation or message, right? Because a lot of these stimulations is about information. How we're going to deliver the information in a very effective way, and eventually they change your behavior. One of the major challenges is that when we launch things or we do campaigns, is that how do we deliver the information's message to the target community. Let's say you would like to save energies, and you have a campaigns that you'd like to prompt people to whenever they're leaving their lecture hall, they will switch off their air conditioning systems, right? They'll turn off all the light things, right? But how are you going to deliver this message? Are you going to go giving the lecture to them like today, right? Whether such method is effective, or perhaps you can do other methods as well. You have different types sort of methods, right? Lectures, televisions, art exhibition, poster. Again, we have a time limitation to that. The only things I want to focus here only on the graphic stimulation, which is required to the posters, right? So I give you some examples on how other campaigns in overseas, right? Many of them are in overseas. They're using some creative and then message or posters to stimulate people to change their behavior. I divided here into 4 aspects here: facts, fear, fun, and also shame. So we go to the first one, fact. Okay. The first one is the information. Fact is all about information. So means that we are giving you information. Right? Could you see this poster? What is this? A human? Orangutan, right? Orangutan, right? But it exactly same with human, because we share 97% of his DNA, but we have destroyed 80% of his habits, right? It's information, it's a fact, right? Second, this is one of the wheel in the subway station that we're to do in this one. So if you walk down to the subway station, you will see that there are some rubbish here. So intends to raise people awareness that actually some of the rubbish you couldn't see, but it's underground. Actually, it's underground. You go to this one is in Shanghai or in somewhere in Hong Kong. So. And this is a transparent dustbin. Could we have one, Dr. Irina? Transparent dustbin. If you read here carefully, this is the rubbish drop around this bus stop since Monday. Alright. So we can see from Monday, I think on Tuesday onwards, it become like this one. Alright. So it's a transparent dustbin. Transparent dustbin. Another two goes. This is a sticker. Stickers, right? This is the stickers that you can place it somewhere into your switch, right? So to remind people, when you turn on the electric, this turn on your light or switch on your air conditioning system. Actually, you're using electricity, right? So you're using oil, sorry. You're using this oil here. So there's other types of sticker as well, right? So some of the creative method to raise people awareness. So sending information to them, rather than just a simple post or simple message. This is only a fact. Second, we go to the fears. This is a social awareness campaign about shark fins. Do you know that Chinese people like to eat shark fins? Have you tasted before shark fins? No. Good. Environmental friendly, alright. Well, this is the envelope you will receive, alright. And in the envelope itself, there's a blood vessel inside. Definitely it's not blood. I think it's a magic color or it's a water color somehow. But if you ask you to take it off, peel it off, and you find that the blood vessel, the blood is coming out, then there's a message inside telling that you do not eat shark fin. Right. You receive an envelope like this, then you peel it off, then the blood vessels, the blood come out, and there's a paper inside, a message inside, telling you to not eat shark fins. This one to show the pain of these endangered animals. This is a tattoo. So using a fear as the message, right? So we can feel the pain of these endangered animals. Can you feel the pain? No. This is a tattoo, actually. Tattoo. House. Another to go. So do not buy exotic animals souvenirs. Alright. So you come back from the overseas, it seems that you are leaving your blood trails behind. So. Another code goes litter and you are rubbish, alright. So no difference between you and the rest, right? So if you're doing litters. So yes, if you are throwing this rubbish into the ocean, so like you have to deal with the consequence. You can see there's a rope tied into your leg as well. And this one is saying each year millions of marine animals are killed by our rubbish. So there's a seal here, and then this is a mineral water. It's a mineral water sign. Seems that if you're throwing rubbish into the sea, actually indirectly you're killing them. This one even worse. So this is about sustainable fishing. So sometimes even though you want to capture salmon or somehow, so one portion of salmon that you eat here actually it also captures the other animal as well, other sea life. It actually destroys other sea life if you practice if you're doing this unsustainable fishing techniques. Right? Sometimes they're using fun as well. This one is a cap, so it's in Hong Kong to raising awareness about how bad is the air pollution. So they're giving this free cap to all. This is actually from the government. The government provides this free caps to all these hawker stores, and then there you can put the straw on top of the cap actually, and right set into your exhaust pipe. So pollution is closer than you think. So enjoying how you drinking, you reading the message. You're enjoying the car pass by. So it's somehow raising your awareness actually. It's raising awareness. Deliver effectively in delivering the message. Right? This is a healthcare message. This is a straw actually, but the straw actually is clogged. So even though you take the sip, you cannot drink it because it's somehow clogged. So again, it's from the government as well. They pass it to a lot of these beverage stores. And then when people try to figure out what happens, they end up reading this message. That's a very thin message there. When you try to take a sip from the drinks, you couldn't do it. There's a message there. Said this is how your arteries end up with high cholesterol. Right? So watch your diet. Health Ministry, from the Health Ministries. Another to go is about smokers programs, smoker campaigns. Right? So they will have a survey. Right? So they go to the restaurant, they go to certain perhaps pub or bistros, and they actually do a normal smoker survey. Which brand that you like? So, but without the smokers notice, actually there's a carbon selection, there's a carbon papers on top of this, below of this smokers survey. So when you take here, actually it will imprint to here as well. And this one is a medical report. So once you fill in your smoker survey, and then they will peel off, and others they will review medical report and show that you would have cancer in how many years to come. So effective way to raising awareness and improve people's behaviors. And this is the Friends of the Earth from Hong Kong, the sticky, very famous, this one, a sticky poster. A poster is blank, but with glue on top of the poster. So we leave the poster, they left the poster there for a few days, and eventually the glue will capture the particles in the atmosphere, and eventually it will form a picture. And that's said as air pollution here. Air pollution is happens. So from day 1 until day 16, it reveals the pictures. So they put it somewhere nearby to the subway station, and if there you walk by, so you take the same subways, you notice that eventually the picture appear to you. How dirty is our atmosphere? And finally, ashamed or embarrassed. You can also use some certain message from these ones. This is to avoid people using plastic bag. So they give free plastic bags, but the plastic bag itself is somehow have a shadows there. So sometimes it's gun, sometimes it's what is this? Dynamic bombs or whatever. You don't want to take this plastic bag with you to attract unnecessary attention. Right? This is the in overseas they have dogs, right? And please clean up after your dog poo. I think say that. Right? Embarrassed, right? They use it. And this is the another campaign that I like very much. Right? It's about to asking you to become polite, especially if you are taking public transport. So you talk and talk and talk in the bus. It's not much different between you and chickens. So great embarrassment. Another to go, sloth, alright. Sloth, laziness, alright. So you take up extra space, alright. Very relaxing on the bus or somehow. So people don't like it, right? Embarrassment. So these are the stimulants, right? How we using was one of the examples. How do we using graphic stimulations to raise awareness to change people's behavior. So we go to next third S, right? Strengthen. So the first one, survey. Second, stimulate. Third, strengthen. Right? Strengthen is as sometimes even those we are giving them effective message, but there's people tend to comfortable with their current behavior. In this case, we need a positive reinforcement. For example, in Tesco, if you buying a green product and somehow you can get extra point for your Tesco club, but not in Malaysia. The next Malaysia we have it. We have in Malaysia as well. So if you're buying a green products, right, then you can get extra point for a Tesco club. How about we don't use punishment. We try to avoid punishment because especially in campus, students are not comfortable with punishment. You agree with me, students? Yes. Do you like punishment? No, they don't like punishment. You see. So we call them as a negative reinforcement. It's not punishment, but we take away what you usually tend to enjoy. An example here is that in Giant Just Goes on, most of the shopping center, usually last time, 2 years ago, you go to a shopping center, even on Saturday, you still can get free plastic bag, as usual. But now no more. If you visit shopping centers at Saturdays, will you get plastic bag? No, you have to pay extra, right? You pay extra. So this is negative reinforcement. And then finally we go to this sustenance, right? Against the way stimulate, strengthen, and sustain. Sustain here actually is that it refers to even though people changing their behaviors, but very soon people tend to revert back to their old habit very fast. So the last step of effective campaign is that we need to sustain their behavior. There are a few methods. The first one actually is about repeating a certain message. We try to repeat against the same message to the persons. It's like your children learnings. If you bring your small children and kids to to the shopping centers or go to wet market. So he will ask you about, perhaps this is the first time he saw an apple, so he see an apple. So he ask you, Moms, Dad, what is this one? Apple. So after 2 days, he might ask the same question again. What is this one? Apple. After a few days, ask again, apple. Eventually he learned this is an apple. So same, you have to repeat the message again and again, right, to the same audience to remind them. Second is about reminder as well. Reminder is that we can using a certain message as the reminders, and there's a program as well in this Surf Riders. Actually, this is a program being launched in the Brazil. So in Brazil are famous with beach, right? So this program is called Return. So their action actually is to raise awareness and alert people about the consequence of the garbage left on the some of the seaside, some of the beaches, right? So they will send it the garbage. They will purposely place the garbage in a very nice spot and send it back to you if you left the rubbish or garbage in the seaside, to remind you how important to actually to protect our environment. And finally, feedback. This one is the survey that I mentioned. So here, you can conduct different types of feedback survey to somehow to remind people, to make them aware. And also, this feedback will serve as the mechanism for you to continuously to measure how effective of your campaign. So if you are interested on the social marketing, you can log into this website. It's actually maintained by me, but I'm not very active in maintaining it. Right? But you can join this one. You can learn more about this social marketing. So this one is purposely created for the Asian social marketing concepts. Right? It's called Asian Social Marketing Network. And I would like to show you some not effective, but some creative campaigns that did by some of the students during the classes. Right? I'm teaching one of the master subject known as environmental management. And then they have done some, I think I would say it's a creative assignment, it's creative programs, campaigns. The first one that I'd like to explain to you is that there's one group of students that create a wallpaper on recycle bins. I think this is the unit sustainability provided through our faculty to recycle bins. So they're using this recycle bin to create a nice wallpaper. They find one desk to set up cameras and asking anyone to walk by to pose, to take a picture together with the recycle bins, and they will help you to create a wallpapers and then send it back to your email. So you can use it as your wallpaper. So you can see different students here. You can solo or like surprise or what. You can be in a group as well, taking photo with the recycle bins. You can bread. Another photo to go. So. This is another student's assignments. I think they have the intention to reinvent this recycle bins. So you can see the SpongeBob here. And this is, what you call this one? Minion, right? Minions. Right? So to attract people attention. So I think some of the students here as well. I see one of them, so one or two of them. So yeah. And we also implement this. Basically, they're using the 4S model as well. We also implement this 4S model in some of the EDIS program in the school as well. And finally, I would like to say is that we cannot, in the Chinese proverb, we say that you cannot clap with one hand. Do you agree with me? You cannot clap with one hand. Can you clap with one hand? You can slap your face on your head. So how do we clap? You use two hands to clap. And then we need your collaboration from all the students, from all the communities. We cannot work alone. So we need your participation in all these campaigns. And I hope you can utilize or learn something today. What we have learned today, the 4S. Survey, stimulate, strengthen, sustain. That's all. It's enough. If you can remember these 4 keywords, it's more than enough. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chong, for for a very interesting presentations and stimulate us also at the same time. Thank you very much for the first public lecture. He's trying to attract our attention to entering our nice campus sustainability with the green and the lake and the deer also at the same time. So I think this is part of the effort to stimulate also your sense, I think. Am I correct? So trying you to appreciate what we have actually in our campus. So that's, I think, the first stimulus that Dr. Chong trying to stimulate us in these rooms. So for the various pictures and also image that I think is deliver most of the message rather than the words or the wording that typical lectures given, right? Am I right? So how's the students? Any comments or well, I know we are in the OCS, Office of Campus Sustainability. Maybe we have some of the lag or comment that you are trying to deliver, but maybe it's not conveying very much to us. So is there any comment for the current existing campus sustainability or any improvement that suggestion that you want to deliver here? This is the time that maybe you have more idea also on how we can improve our effort with using, maybe Dr. Chong can help you also. So maybe I will wait that the representative from NPM UTM, our Vice Chancellor just visit our Arcade Lestari last 2 days, and I heard they made a promise for the next 1 month. So the arcade will be Lestari, is it? Where's the representative from NPM UTM? Azim? He messaged me that he's coming and sit down at the back. He's not? No? Yeah, okay. Maybe for the next, I will invite Dr. Glasani for the second public lecture. Thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Yang berusaha mengisi majlis Dr. Irina, yang saya hormati Ketua Persatuan PSZ UTM Hajah Kamari Ahmad Desa, dan juga yang saya hormati Timbalan Ketua Usahawan Pustakawan Puan Nur Aziah yang baru saya kenal hari ini, walaupun kami telah berkhidmat di UTM lebih daripada 30 tahun, menunjukkan UTM ni sangat besar. UTM is very big. Even though we are working more than 30 years, this is the first time that we met, believe it or not. And next door, we are neighbor actually. I'm coming from Faculty of Built Environment, and Faculty of Built Environment just next to PSZ. Just imagine that. Okay, this is our campus. Basically, we have a huge campus. Okay, 4,000 hectares and more. The developed land, I'm not very sure. Tapi banyak lagi tempat-tempat yang belum dibangunkan. Yeah. Okay. My objective of presentation today is just to promote sustainable living in the residential areas in UTM. That one is number one, by showing you some initiative from the colleges. And number one, to inform sustainable initiative plan by the colleges. The third one is to get feedback from the stakeholders on how to promote, monitor, and sustain the initiatives. And last but not least, to note down any future sustainable action for continuous improvement. And it's been said by Dr. Irina just now that this campaign of Sustainable Campus actually has been conducted since 2011, or even before that, 2010, the idea has been mooted by the university. So what is the impact until now? We have to assess. Okay, we have to look. There are so many initiatives done throughout the whole world about sustainability initiative. Okay, the power of one of the poster there saying that if one person make an improvement to this world and cumulatively, it gives impact to the sustainability. There are so many campaigns, bike cycling, unplug appliances if you are not using it, and there are so many. So we are not alone in this world actually to make sure our world is in sustainable condition. Recycle is another campaign that has been widely practiced throughout the whole world. If you go to Japan, for example, I think the bin, it's just like that, In our campus, it's just 3 bins: glass, plastic, and paper. That is all. But in Japan, there are more than that. They have also been for organic material. There have also been for cans as well. Yeah. Thank you very much, brother. Okay, we are moving towards that. Sometimes, in Japan, you cannot find bins standing alone. They're always together with their siblings, if you like. Okay. So this recycling campaign is being practiced throughout the whole world and mostly in developed countries. And also, for every year, there is one day, normally at the end of March, so I think probably next week, that we have the Earth Hour campaign. This is to show to the world also participate in the, to make sure our world is in sustainable condition. This is the day, tari-tari yang telah ada, and for coming Saturday 29th, and normally we have to switch electricity, tutup lampu, tutup penggunaan semua selama 1 jam, between 8:30 to 9:30. So jangan terperanjat di UTM dalam kampus kat mana-mana suddenly there is a break of power. This is because that we promote Earth Hour here in UTM as well. Okay, cycling. I think our former VC has been stressing quite a lot, and he practiced by what he preach. Okay, and our present VC as well. Every week he cycle with principals, pengarah-pengarah dan juga student. Biasanya hari Rabu petang lah. So if you like to join, please join. I think the message has been circulating around through email. Please join our VC cycling throughout the campus. And normally he takes about 12 kilometers, So if you can cycle at least once a week, 12 kilometers, plus another one more time or another 2 times, you are in a good shape, brother. Amalkan hidup yang sehat. Saya dipahamkan sekurang-kurangnya kalau kita praktis 20 minit sekali, dan at least 3 times a week, kita mengamalkan gaya hidup sehat lah. Ini antara aktiviti-aktiviti yang diamalkan di UTM, to walk to the administration center. Okay, UTM is planned last time to have the center of academic in the middle and surrounded by the colleges. Okay, from the colleges going to the academic center is just between 5 to 15 minutes. The nearest is about 5 minutes, the furthest is about 15 minutes. This is the concept, you know. But the students still need transport because we understand, because they want to go to Amanti University, they want to go to Johor Bahru, or they want to go back to Kuala Lumpur. That's the reason they want to have their own transport. But we plan the university plan the university in such way, if possible, the 10,000 students roughly, they can walk within the college and the academic centers. Jadi sebenarnya amalan Green Campus ni Sustainability telah dirancang awal lagi ya. Say no to styrofoam and plastic bag also been practiced in UTM, but again we have to ask whether the enforcement is strictly followed or not, and then we have to see our practice. Another activities related to sustainable community engagement, there are lots actually. I will show some of it later. Okay, sustainable, sorry for the wrong spelling. Campaign. Okay, just to make you. Okay, has been started since 2010 actually. Okay, and the vision of Sustainable Campus is to create conducive ecosystem for intellectual development as well as activities, and to showcase of green sustainable living. Saya nak beritahu lah pengalaman saya di UTM ni ya, sangat positif berkenaan dengan ekosistem ya. Tambah lagi apa yang Dr. Chong cakap tadi. Saya pernah tinggal, I've been staying in College Tuanku Chancellor for 1 year. Yeah, but my accommodation is quite remote, near to the water reservoir, one of the quarters over there, and quite near, just next to the palm oil estate, you know. What I want to highlight here is that in our campus, every day you can see ayam hutan. Every day, no, ayam hutan is wild hen. Ayam hutan boleh ada dalam UTM. Every day you can see. Bukan dekat situ saja, KTR gitu juga. I heard about that. College Perdana, if you are staying in College Perdana, I think every morning you can hear ayam hutan berkokok. Itu maknanya kita punya environment ni masih lagi ya mengizinkan kehidupan liar hidup dengan baik dan selamatlah. Dan juga di UTM ya, if you go to the field near Faculty of Electric, there is small stream. If you go there, there are a lot of fish. Yeah, it's not that UTM administration throw fish and they survive. No, it's a natural wild fish. Ikan kelah. Yeah, I've seen some people fishing. They caught ikan kelah. Ikan kelah is very seldom you can get it in the suburban or urban area. But here in UTM campus you can have kelah. Kelah is a kind of carp, you know, very expensive fish. If you go to the aquarium, small fish like 2 inches cost 8 ringgit. Yeah, so you can see ikan kelah. And also, yeah, because I like fishing, but I don't have time to fish. But I like, even though I cannot fish, just go around and watch people fishing. They catch king prawn, udang galah, near the same stream. Ada udang galah pun. No. Yeah, you can see small crocodile, small lizard. Biawak adalah, and I have been fronted with apa dia panggil musang ya. Musang apa in English? Civet ya. At night nak pergi sembahyang kat masjid ya. And the musang dia tak takut dengan saya. Dia jalan saja, relax saja. Saya yang takut. Then at any time if you go to our palm oil estate here in UTM, you can see family of wild boar. The mother, the father,